Bienvenido de nuevo a la charla de Cade y Joaquin y tu podcast.
It took you like 5 minutes to say all of that?
What? Yeah, that's all it was. I was just trying to get the pronunciation
I thought that
right.
you wrote more.
No, it was just that. It was just all that.
I thought you were just getting
That's really like 2 minutes.
You spent a while.
Because charla is a weird...
Chala? What is
charla? Because it's like C-H-A-R, but I'm not sure if I'm supposed to roll the R or not. Charla. I think it's charla.
What part of the sentence did charla come from?
I think it's talk.
Oh!
Because nuevo a la charla de Cade y Joaquin in tu podcast.
Yeah, since they put their names at the end of the podcast title. Yeah. For all our Spanish listeners out there, rate Joaquin's performance on a scale of 1 to 10.
Like a 3.
Like a 3? I think I'll give you a 4. But only because I was expecting more.
That's all it was. It was just the intro.
Well, I thought that because you said you were going to come up with more to have.
Yeah, but then I typed that in and I'm like, that's enough.
That's enough. We're good. Welcome fucking back, everybody. If you're here, you know what to expect at this point. We're going in deep, going in hot. I have a conspiracy theory for you, Joaquin, that I have made up. And by conspiracy theory, I mean science theory. It might not be a conspiracy.
Okay.
Morning breath. You're aware of this, yes?
Yes.
I think I know what causes it.
What?
Your teeth. I think morning breath comes from the teeth every morning.
What do you mean?
So when I go to sleep, I wear a retainer, but my retainer isn't like what I think most people imagine a retainer is, where it's on the roof of your mouth with a metal wire that connects to parts of your teeth. I basically wear an Invisalign.
That's what all retainers are nowadays.
Well, most people, I think, don't know that. Not everyone knows that. Don't say everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that. Maybe the Amish don't.
The Amish don't get to have retainers. They don't know about dental care.
I wonder what their teeth are like there.
I bet they actually have very nice dental care, but I feel like they aren't allowed to go to the dentist. Is that against the rules of the Amish? Anyway,
we're not going into their Amish thing. That'd be 3 times now.
I discovered that when I take my retainer out, I don't have morning breath until I take my retainers off of my teeth, or at least I don't notice it until I take the retainers off my teeth.
It's probably because all the gunk and stuff just was sitting marinating inside your retainer for 8 hours.
Yeah, so it came from the teeth.
Part of it, yeah.
All of it.
Part of it.
Your teeth are secreting a scent like a skunk, but they only do it at night. It's
plaque.
No, it's not plaque. It's like a sleeping agent. That's how you sleep so well. And you don't notice when you drool at night because you're numb in the mouth from the teeth. Teeth numbing.
You know, this might seem like a wild statement from me, but I think you're wrong.
I think that if we talk to a registered dentist, they don't have to be a doctor.
They're going to be like, why are you in my office right now? Who are you?
We could bring all the cameras. We could bring in the microphones. We'll set it up, and then we'll wait.
I would hate to interview a dentist.
It'd be so boring.
I would hate to interview a dentist.
Dentist is the scariest doctor.
No.
You think butt doctor's scarier?
That's just a normal doctor.
What do you think is why is that a normal doctor?
They could do a butt exam, like a prostate exam.
No, there's like specific butt doctors. Like
the butt isn't like an organism, like a whole organ.
That's what a proctologist is. A butt doctor.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Who the fuck would choose to do that?
People who like butts. People want to get all up in there. People
that's gross.
Looking at hemorrhoids and say,
But you can go to like a physician for that, and they'd be like, oh yeah, you got some hemorrhoids.
Yeah, but you might need like specialty butt medicine. Like you need like preparation.
Like hemorrhoid cream?
Yeah.
CVS got that.
But maybe you need a prescription. Maybe you just need someone to figure it. Maybe it's like a butt. Do they just make sure that the cheeks are nice? Like, you know how a doctor...
This is what the thing you were excited to talk about was?
No, it was the teeth thing.
But this...
Because I thought about it 2 days ago. And I was like, that's a good podcast.
Well, most of morning breath comes from the gut and the stomach.
It comes from the teeth. Why are you looking it up? It comes from the teeth. Your teeth are secreting a scent.
Where? Saliva, specifically. Saliva production decreases while you're sleeping, leaving you with dry mouth at night. Since saliva usually flushes out odor-causing particles, you're left with bacteria buildup. So I was technically right with my explanation, how it builds up inside of the...
saliva comes from the teeth. Why are you like...
It's really because you got poor oral hygiene. That's why. That's what it's saying right here. Someone's got to brush their teeth more.
I brush my teeth 2 times a day.
Once maybe is the ideal way to do it.
Why? You wake up and you go to sleep. And then you do it in the middle of the night when you take a big poop.
If you
feel gross, you're like, I got to clean everything. You're like, I gotta take a shower, I gotta brush my teeth again.
I've woken up multiple times a night, absolutely destroyed my toilet, and just went right back into the bed.
But sometimes you're like, oh, that was a real process for me. I had to really go through something.
Because if I gotta go in the shower, afterwards, I'm not going back to sleep.
Well, it's like a relaxing shower. I've had to take a lot of showers at night because I can't breathe.
I mean, that makes sense. But if I take a shower in the middle of the night, I'm up. Because it's all the process of getting up, getting the water ready.
The other night, my mom came. We were cat sitting, my mom came to use my bathroom because the cat had taken over her room. And apparently what happened after she was done, I sat up in my bed and started screaming at the top of my lungs. Just, ah, ah, ah. She was like, it's okay. And I was like, okay. I just immediately went back to sleep.
Oh, you were asleep? What the fuck?
I was like sleep screaming. I don't remember the screaming. I remember her saying something to me and then maybe going, okay. And then falling right back asleep.
Wow, what time was it?
2:30 in the morning.
What the fuck?
Right?
That's freaky, man.
I have weird sleep stuff.
Yeah.
Because I also talk in my sleep, but not like it's full sentences all the time.
Not all the time. I've slept with you multiple times and never heard you talk.
Well, when I talk in my sleep, it's full sentence talk. I don't do the mumble talk.
I know, but I slept in the same bed as you before and never heard you talk.
Yes, but when I do, it's a full sentence talk.
How often? First of all, how do you know that?
Other people have told me.
Who?
My mom, Isaac.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I would have heard it once by now.
Yeah, it's odd that you haven't, I will say. I don't know how often I do it, but I feel like it would be more than... It would be enough that you'd notice.
I never heard it.
Back to the dentist thing. What do you think is the scariest doctor?
Oh.
Because a dentist has to, like, touch your teeth.
That doesn't bother me, though.
Yeah, but it's like the ripping out of the... like, the whole mouth is the scariest organ that a human has, I would think.
No, I think the brain is...
No, you can understand that pretty easily. The mouth, though, that's a enigma.
The mouth's understanding it, too.
It's
how you chew things and digest food, but the brain's just a thing that's inside of your melon that controls everything.
Yeah, but we can look at other brains and be like, okay, got it.
But it's weird, though.
It is.
It's just a fucking melon.
It's also weird that we have tongues, though. Tongues are pretty weird and gross and scary.
Well, tongues produce sound.
Tongues do produce sound.
They help
They're
produce.
Like a speaker.
Because that's how you enunciate words with your tongue.
None of the voice box. The voice box is an illusion.
It is, yeah.
It's all the tongue.
Because you can if you try talking without moving your tongue.
I'm talking without moving my tongue.
See, it sounds weird.
Do you remember the last time that you actually read a book for school? Like they assigned a book and you read it. Mm-hmm. Was it recent? Because for me, oh no, for me it was senior year. But before then,
I didn't do it in senior year, but I remember doing one in junior year. But I also had to do it for when I'm in college. It wasn't like an entire book, but it was
like chapters,
like multiple chapters I had to read.
I remember very distinctly in 7th grade we had to read Divergent. That was the assigned book for us, and I made it 2 chapters in, and then I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna read Divergent.
I didn't read any books we had to read.
My favorite book that I didn't read was in 9th grade. We had to each pick a book based on a historical
book
period.
You didn't read? Is that what you just said?
My favorite book I didn't read. I was going to pick a book based on a historical time period, and I chose The Book Thief. I did not read a single page out of this book.
Well, what time period is that?
World War II, I think. World War I, World War II. One of those.
Interesting.
I didn't read a single fucking page of that book.
Mm-hmm.
Night before, I had to do a whole presentation on how accurately this book depicted the historical elements. I was like, okay.
Did we have English class together?
This was for history class.
Oh.
So it was like
AP or like...
I was in honors history.
Oh, that's why, okay.
So I sat there at 1 a.m. the night before and I was like, okay, this book I think might be about the Holocaust. Or it's about World War I.
Why didn't you look it up on the Spark
I was
Notes?
taking a real gamble on if it was World War I or World War II.
Why didn't you take Spark Notes?
I didn't know that was a thing. So I was like, all right. It's about a guy who's a book thief. I think he's a Nazi. I remember, here's the thing. The book had gotten a film trailer, and I saw that one time. So I was like, okay, I saw the movie trailer, so I'm gonna guess everything else.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, here's stuff about World War II, and here's about being in the Holocaust and being scared in internment camps, because that I knew about.
Wonder why.
And then I was like, and then here's how the book thief is like it. It is about World War II. They are Jewish. He is a Nazi. There are books. They are burning them. And then I got a C on the thing, and I was like, yes. Fuck yeah. But the weird thing was...
You did a lot of projects the night before.
Yeah, I didn't care that much.
Yeah.
And then it would just be there, and I'd be like, I'll do it.
It's good enough.
And I most of the time passed. Most of the time C was like... I was like, that's great. But for some reason on this assignment, we also had to invite our parents into the class. I don't remember why we had to do this, but we had to. We were supposed to invite our parents to come see us do these presentations. I guess it was to kind of give you a fire under your ass to actually read the book. That didn't work on me.
Who came, Nana?
Nana and my dad.
Oh.
And my parents were the only ones who came. So they're like, okay, I guess we'll do Cade's presentation, then we'll be done. And I was like, cool.
You build out the whole class then.
And then I did my thing, and then no one else had to go, and then I got a C, and I was like, boom.
You should got a fucking A just for that reason.
I think that maybe I got the C for that reason, because I bet that she also read The Book Thief, and then was like, Cade is fully making this up. That's fine. It does that. There you go.
There it goes. Why didn't you start? I didn't think why you didn't think of using Spark Notes.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I'm looking up the summary.
I didn't know Spark. I might have watched a YouTube video on it, but I don't really remember. What I do remember is watching the movie trailer and thinking, that's good enough. I didn't know Spark Notes was a thing until senior year.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't use anything. I just kind of went in swinging. I literally never, anytime we had to read a book, I would just kind of I'd have my own ideas about it, and I'd go in swinging.
I don't get how you pass high school at a better grade than me.
Then in senior year, I found out about Spark Notes because we had to read Hamlet, and I was like, I don't know what this is saying. I cannot understand Shakespearean English. And then Audrey was like, hey, look at this. It's a website that takes it and makes it into plain English. And then I still didn't read it.
I think I did that too. I think I printed out the whole thing.
You did?
For some Shakespeare book I had.
Wow.
Because I was like, I'm just not going to read it this way.
It's really hard to understand.
It's calling even English is like a stretch.
The weird thing to me about Shakespearean English is that that's what was considered the common man's English at the time.
Really? I thought it was just like he used that for his plays and everyone was like, what the fuck's going on?
No, at that time, the way that he was writing those plays was to appeal to a broader audience, I think. So the way when he was writing it that way, it was to make it, because I think theater had gained this, it's very hoity-toity. If you are the rich of the rich, you come see the play. But Shakespeare was like, theater is for everyone. Also, I might be Jewish. I think I heard that recently, and I made that up.
I truly couldn't give a fuck about Shakespeare. Like, I don't care about Shakespeare.
I think the stories are interesting when you tell them to me in a short... I would like it if they were...
Not even the stories. I don't even care about him or what he did. Don't care, personally.
I mean, he revolutionized the way stories are told.
Yeah. I don't care.
I've tried many times to get into reading a Shakespeare because they're important pieces of literature, and as someone who writes, I try to appreciate them, but I've always been like, I'm good.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like, straight up.
And Willie Shakespeare, if you're upset, fucker, come at us,
you.
guy. Come at us. You are dead.
Shakespeare community, cancel me. Don't care.
Cancel you for
cancel
not
me. I don't care.
I don't like Midsummer's Night Dream. Is that
Romeo and Juliet?
When I was saying Midsummer's Night Dream, my brain went, is that a Robert Frost poem or is that a Shakespeare play? Which is something I also confuse. I will say, one of my favorite high school memories is when we were watching Twelfth Night. And that fucking lady, when she was in drag, really looked like David Spade. And you and me were losing our shit.
The whole movie we made, especially the ending.
Oh my god, the ending.
What the fuck? I don't remember what he says.
So what happens at the end of this film is Ben Kingsley, famed actor Ben Kingsley, comes up to the camera. He looks you dead in the eye, and he goes, every day. And he walks away. And you're like, why did he do that?
It also made it funny is that we were the only one reacting to the movie.
Everyone else was dead. Because it's first period.
Yeah.
Everyone else was dead. But you and me, we'd awaken the commentary. And we're like, oh, time to go.
Every day.
Every day. He said it it was so funny.
Oh my god.
I will never, because also the weird thing is the movie basically ends. I think there's some credits. Yeah, it is. It ends. There's some credits. He's far away.
Yeah.
He's fucking far. He walks all the way up. He's on this fucking huge meadow. And then he comes right. So it's like chest and head. And that's all you see in the camera. He looks at you. He nods and he just goes, every day.
Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. Every day you should dress in drag, maybe? That's the moral of that Shakespeare play. Let's come up with our own morals for the Shakespeare play. Romeo and Juliet, kill yourself.
Yep. Incest. Or
12th
pedophilia.
Night. Oh yeah, he is a pedophile. That was the one just Hamlet, kill your dad.
Yeah.
Unless that's not Hamlet.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
Macbeth, kill your wife?
I don't know anything about Macbeth.
I think Macbeth is kill your wife.
Macbeth.
12th Night, do drag. That one's the only positive one so far. That's the one we watched in class.
Yeah, do drag.
Midsummer's Night Dream, I prefer winter.
Don't even know what that one's about.
I don't know what that one's about.
Me either.
I think there's 16 Shakespeare plays.
Fuck, dude.
I can only name those 5 right now.
I got to play Romeo in an elementary school play, Romeo and Juliet, because my middle name.
I was about to ask if was it really only because of your
I
middle
literally
name?
said my middle name is Romeo,
And they were like,
they looked
you
up
got it.
yeah, you got it. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I got the part.
Yes.
Did you die at the end of an elementary school production of Romeo and
I
Juliet?
have no recollection.
God, it would be so funny if it was like the real death where she drinks the poison and then you fucking stab yourself.
I wish, dude. I would have sold it.
You would have. You would have been a great 6-year-old suicidal
I would have been on the way. I
Romeo.
would have been on the way.
You would have been on the way.
On the way.
I will say I like West Side Story. Technically, that's Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, okay. I mean, there's a lot of things like the pizza movie we watched, Romeo and Juliet.
Pizza movie.
Yeah, like the two rival families.
Oh my God, I haven't thought about that in so long.
We watched that together.
I'm trying to remember that pizza movie now. I remember. Yeah. What was that called? Little Italy? Is that what it was called?
No, not Little Italy.
That's a thing. That's a movie.
What the fuck is it called, man?
Pizza. Romance
pie.
pizza. Romance. I'm gonna fuck this pizza. That's what it's called. I'm gonna fuck this pizza. Well, you do that.
Pizza my heart.
Pizza my heart. That's even better than fuck this pizza. Okay, I have all the Shakespeare plays pulled up. Julius Caesar.
Don't trust your homies.
Don't trust your homies. That's that one. Henry.
You know Elvis groomed his wife?
Yeah. Elvis was gross with Priscilla because he was like 40 and she was like 13.
She was like 20 something. He was like 22. She
That's
was 14.
still very gross.
Maybe 20. It was when he went to serve in the army.
Do you think that that's in the Elvis movie that they just made? The grooming
Priscilla
part of
is a character in the movie, so I'm pretty sure.
Do you think they aged her up or do you think they did it
everyone
real?
knows.
Yeah.
I went on this wild like Elvis craze a couple days ago, like late at night.
Did you see the movie? Is that why?
No, I found this song on YouTube. Well, it was a clip from the Elvis movie, and it was like how accurate this performance was in the movie and to real life. It was like side by side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obsessed with the song right now. It's called "If I Can Dream." Fantastic fucking song, dude.
He wrote good music.
It's also not like most of us kind of like soft spoken kind of singing. He's like. Like not belching. What's the word?
Belch. He's burping the whole song.
It's like a ballad. It's like a ballad. Like he's going in, like voice raspy, like he's like yelling basically in the mic. Because the song was made right after Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy was assassinated, and it was basically like he was really like messed up from it, and so it made him sad. Much more so.
Okay.
And he wrote the song. I guess he wrote the song. Someone else wrote it. He just performed it, and like in honor of them or whatever, right? Because he wanted like. But him change the world's be changing, whatever, blah blah blah. So I was like, man, this song's this song's good. It's one of like the best performances I've ever heard in my life. So I like started looking up the research behind it. Went to Wikipedia. I was like reading all about the song, what the meaning behind it was. So then I was just like really interested in Elvis at that moment. So I was like, I'm looking up everything about him now. I looked like his old rockabilly days. It showed up Priscilla and Elvis, and I was like, I'm gonna show you how they met. They met at a house party in Munich. That's where he was serving at the time.
Oh, she's German?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because they met there. He was serving in. I might have read this wrong because it was really late at night, but I'm pretty sure he was serving there in like a part of a tank unit.
Priscilla's a very Memphis name to be from Germany.
Yeah, they could have been like on army base, or whatever, you know. But she like went to this house party when he was there, and the moment he met her, he was like infatuated with her and like obsessed with her or whatever.
I'm gonna fuck that child.
Yeah,
he said.
I don't know if he knew how old she was. She went to like a military party. You know?
So she had a gun.
Yes,
and was
she had a gun
in
camouflage. Yes,
she was listening to the bushes.
But eventually,
you learn
he left, but they kept in contact. Then I think 2 years later, so she's 16 now. She got permission from I think either her parents or grandparents. I don't know which one she was living with at the time. To go visit him.
Elvis. Okay.
Like peak, like
King of Rock.
The King of Rock, like peak Elvis time to go visit him out in.
I like to imagine that
America.
He would write her a very wordy letter, and then she writes back, "OMG, you are so hot, love Priscilla." That's the whole letter.
Learning about that was also crazy. Like how much shit he had constipated inside of him.
That's why he was so bloated.
So much.
Elvis was filled of shit.
And it was also like I was watching this video with my dad.
Laxo.
Like the evolution of Elvis throughout this when he started his career and like performances, and there's like all of a sudden literally just like this, he's fat, he's wearing like the Elvis with like the big like coat, whatever, like
the Dracula thing,
the Dracula kind of things, fat as shit. My dad's got because my dad grew up like in Elvis, right? Like he died like when my dad was like 4 or whatever.
Okay,
most of the music he listened to, there's like a moment where you see all of a sudden the moment he has that fucking towel around his neck, Elvis is gone. Like he's just drugged up on everything, uppers, downers, all that shit.
Well, I think the man was just, I don't even think he was addicted to drugs. I like to imagine he was like, some of this has to make me shit. I was like, dude, one of these drugs has to fix this problem.
Friedberg. I'm pretty sure it's in Germany, right? Friedberg? Sounds like
Friedberg?
it. Friedberg. 7.5-year courtship. Then they married.
So she was 21, which is still creepy.
Yeah.
You can't just wait. That's creepy and gross.
I mean, like they were close. They had to done some shit too during that time.
Yeah, let's not 100%. Think about it. Let's not think about that.
100%.
Even when she hits 18,
dude.
It's gross. It's creepy and gross.
Never mind.
He definitely
Let me not say that.
Went to her school recitals and was like,
"Oh, that's so gross."
What I said?
Yeah.
Why?
It's just gross.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it. It makes it gross.
Yeah. Imagine. My boyfriend's coming tonight. Oh, does he go to another school? No, he's Elvis.
And fucking Elvis Presley walks into the door.
Yeah, but that girl's gonna be like, Priscilla, what'd you just say to me? He's Elvis. You're saying that your boyfriend is Elvis Presley, the king of rock? Yeah, I am. And he's gonna be here tonight. Yeah. What fucking shit are you on right now? And then he's here, and that girl's like, what is happening? And she's like, I told you, Bethany. Now never make fun of my braces again. You haven't even gotten your period yet. And I'm here with my 27-year-old boyfriend.
Don't do like Kate.
This made it was part of the character.
Kate. Sorry, I'm trying to like.
You're trying to determine what age she was.
Okay, so Elvis made such an impression on 14. She was 14.
Great.
I'm trying to figure out if she was living, like she lived there or from there or whatever. But she made such an impression on Elvis. He became like, it says in it, like the schoolboy next door, and like nervous and stuff.
Oh, creepy.
Like he was nervous talking to her. I was like, my guy, she's 14.
14.
4 years ago, she was 10 years old. You were an adult. You were 18.
Yeah, you were a full adult. That's so creepy.
Gross,
That's
man.
So gross.
And then like he groomed her.
Yes.
Straight up groomed her.
And then he sang the Hound Dog song.
Hound Dog.
Because he
was already.
Because he was in jail for
that was already
pedophile.
That makes sense. I think that came from a movie.
The Hound Dog song?
Yeah, I think that was from a movie, like Jailhouse Rock, the movie, or whatever. Oh. And he was in jail as his character. I wonder why. Everyone knew. Did you know Kurt Russell's first movie was with Elvis?
I did not. I knew it was a Disney film.
His job was to kick Elvis in the shins. Elvis go talk to the nurse.
That's so funny.
Then years later, he starred Elvis. He starred as Elvis in Elvis.
Oh yeah,
and
that's
he does
crazy.
not look like Elvis.
No, he does not.
It just looks like Kurt Russell
trying to be Elvis.
There's like some shots from the side. It looks like Elvis, but right when he like faces the camera, he's like, oh, that's
Kurt Russell.
That's Kurt Russell. It's just Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell.
I told my dad that Walt Disney's last words was Kurt Russell.
Mm-hmm.
And my dad was like, what the fuck?
It's creepy.
Like, how? Like, why? I was like,
I don't remember if it was his last words or the last thing he did was he wrote on a sheet of paper Kurt Russell's name.
Either one.
That one's worse to me.
Yeah, that one is
That
the
one's
worst.
fucking scary.
If I was Kurt Russell, I'd be afraid for the rest of my life.
I would go in a bunker and live there forever. I would no longer be a movie star. I'd be like, got it? I'm terrified. Gonna live underground. Herman.
Hermit.
Yeah, hermit. I was like, I thought you said me and Herman, and I was like, who is that? I got my buddy Herman, and that's all I need.
I don't think anybody's named Herman
The
nowadays.
only Herman I know is Herman Schultz the Shocker.
They have to be old.
If you name your child Herman, it feels a little mean because it feels like a name that's definitely going to get picked on.
They come out the womb like 70.
If they come out with a walker, then you can go, Herman.
They come walking out the womb.
They didn't give me my Jello today. What's happening? Like she's just kind of sitting there, and she's like, "This is a really calm labor." And he's like,
"Yeah,
the nurse didn't tell me when bingo was."
He has the oxygen tank already with him.
Already, and she's like, "Did I make that?
Yeah.
Did he order this?"
The dad'd be terrified.
That's like
Benjamin Button's a fucking freaky movie, man.
Was he born big too?
No, he was born baby size.
Okay.
He was born old.
Could he talk?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
I haven't seen it either. The concept's scary though.
Freaky though. Imagine that being a real thing.
But there's also a solid period of time where you like your 40s, 50s, and not your 60s, but your 40s and 50s. You just look. You're kind of there.
He would look normal then. Yeah. I guess you look at that normally. But when he gets like 80, 90,
yeah.
He starts looking like a baby.
But then he's like a big, and he's just got tight, soft skin. Yeah. And he's like, I am slipping all around the bathtub.
Now I'm wondering, like, would he forget how to walk, or be like a human? Like, would his brain?
I think because what I'm wondering is, did he come out fully senile.
Yeah.
Lost the senileness. Then,
Also, it's weird that Brad Pitt starred in that movie.
Right? It's a very
That's
odd
a weird Brad Pitt
role.
movie.
Because, I mean, Brad Pitt's a fantastic actor, but that's a really interesting choice for him.
That's like if Val Kilmer at the top of his like career starred in like what's that movie with like the ghost and they're like take my breath.
Oh, Ghost.
Yes, sorry. Ghost. That's like if he's starring Ghost.
I would
after like Heat came out.
I would have loved if Val Kilmer was in Ghost.
I want to watch more Val Kilmer movies.
I love Val Kilmer.
I've heard he's a very good actor.
He's
I
great
love him in
actor.
Top Gun, but I want to see him in like.
He has a great documentary on Amazon Prime called Val.
Really?
He made it. It's about his career.
Like recently?
I think he made it last year. It's
Because
really
he had it
good.
on the throat.
He has throat cancer.
Yeah,
I think he got it removed.
Yeah, so like that's
he didn't
why
get his throat cut out. He got the cancer cut out.
They cut out his portion
Yeah,
of
he
his
has
throat.
a voice box now.
No, like he was in Top Gun. He didn't say.
I know. I watched the movie.
So he can't speak though. It just hurts. It
He
just
has
hurts
a
though.
thing.
Like a.
He has. It's not. It's like a box that's on a necklace that he can press, and then it makes him. I don't know if the voice comes out of the box or he still says it out of his mouth, but this activates it so he can talk.
Does it sound fucked up or does it sound like?
He sounds like a robot a little bit. Like he does not sound like Val Kilmer, and it's very surreal.
Mm-hmm. So remember, I thought it was actually kind of like a little fucked up that in Top Gun they killed him because of that.
They killed him in the new Top Gun.
So
He's
spoiler
dead?
alert, by the way. Sorry. He's in it and like he basically like rejuvenates Maverick to like do the mission or whatever.
As a ghost?
No, he's in the movie, and his
Okay.
whole purpose is that he gets Maverick to get the role at being the Top Gun instructor.
Iceman does.
Iceman, because
Okay.
he's the admiral of the Navy, so he's doing whatever the fuck he wants. And him and they're close because of whatever happened in the Top Gun, the first one.
Yeah.
So
I like to think that it's because of the end of the new one is why they're close at the beginning of the new one.
So there's a point where like Maverick's disillusioned or whatever, and like not really feel like he could do the job.
Is Maverick Tom Cruise?
It's Tom Cruise, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Tom Cruise. He's like disillusioned and can't do the mission, so he wants to go talk because he has like there's like an argument among like the pilots he's training, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes see him, and he's basically like trying to like, you tell me you got it, whatever, right? And there's a moment at the end of it where he speaks like without the voice box, whatever. He's like, "Who's the better pilot?" And he's like, and Tom Cruise goes, "You know what? You just ruined a great moment right now. Let's not try to do this right now, okay? Let's not have this fight." What a bad time to have a sneeze. Jesus.
I know, right? I feel so bad.
And so then like the next scene, he's dead.
He
and
just
it's at
dies?
his funeral because he dies from throat cancer because the throat cancer came back. That's why we went to go see him. And he's just dead. And I'm like, fuck, man. If I was about to come, I'd be like, damn, guys, like I'm still here. Like
I'm chilling now.
Shit. Like,
I could be in the movie. Just let me talk with my robot voice. I'm cooler
it's a
now.
good movie though. It's fun.
I've heard very
hate
great
the
things.
ending. Fucking hate the ending.
You do?
So bad.
Okay.
Hate
I have
it.
no notes on it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen either Top Gun. I've
You ever
heard.
see the first one?
The
first one's so good, man.
I was busy watching Josie and the Pussycats.
Fucking Top Gun's way better than that.
No, Josie and the
Yes.
Pussycats is so good.
No,
dude.
the first Top Gun is fantastic, dude.
I was shocked when Josie and the Pussycats started because it came out in 2001. And one of the first songs is a song that I listened to. And I was sitting there, I was like, oh my God, I fucking know this song from Josie and the Pussycats. I don't know if it was written for the film or what, but
I'm
I was
way
excited.
more zoomed in, dude. So like the ratio of me to camera.
Guys, you're going to just have to deal with it. Setting up these cameras is hard.
Like I'm so zoomed in.
Yeah.
I'm hot as shit too, man.
I'm sweating. I went to the
sticking right
comic
now.
book store today, and when I was driving back, I had a bead of sweat go down my whole leg from the backs of my knees.
Ooh.
It felt bad. I was like, that is gross shit, thinking. I like that what you were doing with while you were going, you also modulated your voice as if it wasn't happening.
The first time was by accident. I think I was moving something.
Joaquin, by the way, was bringing his microphone away from his face and then back towards it. But while he was doing that, he was making his voice do the thing that was
like,
moving. Yeah, that's for audio listeners out there.
I felt like this monsoon of sweat out of nowhere come from the back of my neck all the way down my back.
Oh.
And I was like, it literally made me like get chills. Because it was just like it was building up in my hair and then just like released on my back.
They were
Like,
just
this
like,
is fucking
all right,
weird.
drop the bomb.
Yeah. My dad profusely sweats.
I'm a sweaty boy myself.
No, you're sweaty. My
dad.
dad walks outside drenched. Like, he has to bring changes of clothes with him when he goes places.
Really?
Because his shirt would get so drenched.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Does he like it?
He hates it. He thinks he has something wrong with him because like he just like dude.
It's sweaty.
Like we went to my grandmother's house to give her like a new mattress, whatever. She literally had to get him a rag and be like, "Please wipe yourself off.
Please.
Like,
you're dripping.
Yeah. No, literally.
That's gross.
It's crazy.
That's terrible.
I have a friend who doesn't sweat.
That sounds also terrible.
Worse. Yeah.
I don't know if that's worse than that, but
I think it's
horrible in different ways.
I couldn't imagine not sweating when I'm hot or doing something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I fucking hate sweating.
It's
what
the
a
worst.
bullshit. Like, I hate the summer. Honestly.
I also am not a summer boy.
Like, I'm a big fan of cold, like hoodie season.
I like it when we can wear more clothes.
Agreed.
I will say, I used to be incredibly sweaty and moist.
Remember.
Out of my hands in particular, they've gotten better. They're still moist. But in high school, holy shit. I had to get medication.
Yeah, I remember that.
That made my hands dry as a stone. And I was like, no.
This is worse.
Because I was so used to it being wet that when it was dry, I was like, this kind of feels bad. Even though that's normal. So now, I just have a constant, like, compare your hand to mine. Like, is it, like, mine is moisture, right? Moisters?
I don't know. Feel mine.
That feels pretty equal, I will say.
Yeah, yours are normal now.
Yeah, they're pretty normal.
Yeah.
When I got
I couldn't touch your hand.
You could not. No one could touch my hands.
So gross.
It was dripping all the time. One time I came home from school, they were wrinkled. I am not making that up. That's true. They came home like I was in the fucking pool. It was gross.
That's so gross.
That's what made me want to get the medicine.
My feet sweat a lot.
I can't tell if my feet sweat.
My feet smell bad. Like, if I take off my shoes, my feet stink.
Well, I guess my feet don't sweat that much then, because my feet don't often
I
smell
got it
that
from my
bad.
dad. My dad gave this to me. 'Cause my dad's bad.
Do you sweat as much as your dad?
No, I don't sweat as much. I sweat a lot, but I don't sweat as much as him. I hope I never do, because it's...
Yeah,
dude, like,
you'll
it's
hit
bad.
like man menopause and
It's
just start
bad,
sweating.
man. It's bad. And he works outside so often, too.
Yeah.
So he's just, like, always sweaty.
He's just dealing with it.
I probably see my dad sweaty more than I see him dry. I mean that.
That's such a funny...
Because even if it's like cold outside and he's working, he's sweating.
Yeah, I am the same way.
Sweating.
You can't not.
I hate sweating.
You've said
I'm
podcast.
just thinking about it now.
It's
like,
shitty.
it's so gross.
It's
too.
gross.
Like, I don't understand the point of it. Like, what is it supposed to do? Like, reduce body heat?
Yeah,
But it doesn't do that.
it doesn't. You feel equally as bad.
I just feel hot and sticky now.
So sweating was also a thing because evolutionary. This is true. I'm not making this up. I swear. I swear. I swear. This is real. When we were evolving, we evolved to have sweat because it gave us better stamina. Because a lot of animals, when they are exhausted, they aren't sweating because they're covered in fur, so they have to pant and go. But when we were able to sweat, that gave us a better amount of stamina for hunting and chasing something, or running away from being chased by a tiger.
What I don't get is, like, when you get stressed out, people sweat.
I would almost equate that to like a skunk musk.
Because I know sometimes when I get really stressed, I start to sweat.
Yeah. I truly do think, I think it's the human body being like, okay, there's a tiger right next to us. Time to smell really bad.
That makes sense.
So
the worst is when you sweat and you go use the bathroom, and you have to pull your underwear back up.
Oh, yeah.
It's just fucking
you
wet.
Get that shiver. You're
Dude,
like,
it's so gross. Like, it's so wet around the butt cheek area.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It really cultivates there. Have you ever talked about Antonio on the show?
Yeah, you have.
Okay.
Remember when you had Antonio, you talked about Antonio.
Antonio was a motherfucker.
It was so gross.
Just so you know, I had a skin tag in the butt cheek area that developed, and he was not fun. He hurt. When I would walk, he'd get all twisted.
Oh.
Then one day, Antonio got twisted to the point where he lost blood flow, but was not disconnected. So he turned purple and started rotting.
Why didn't you just cut it off, man?
Because it hurt.
Why didn't you go somewhere?
I did. Well, what we did was I'm going to say it was September, and we called a skin doctor to see what we could do about it, and they said, we can see you in March. And we said, we need to deal with this, like, now? And they're like, we can see you in March. And we're like, fuck you.
Did you not call any other places? You called the one place that was booked till March, and went, fuck it, they're all booked till March.
So we went to the Walgreens.
How are you guys real people?
So we went to the Walgreens, and we found wart icing stuff so that you could ice a wart off.
I could have got you into my mom goes the next day.
Well, it worked out for me. I took the icing thing and I froze Antonio to death. I froze him right off my body. He fell right off. I was like, this is the grossest thing that's ever happened to me, and it's my child. It's my child. It came off of me. I birthed this.
Why was Antonio the name you came up with it?
Because I wanted to give him a personality so I could really hate him.
What's the name? Antonio.
Yeah, it's one of the first names.
So anytime you meet someone named Antonio, you're just like,
no, not really.
No, okay.
I feel like that if I meet someone named Hitler, but that feels like different circumstances.
Well, there's no more Hitlers in the world. Like last name Hitler.
First name though,
Adolf.
Did you know that it's illegal to name your child Robocop? That's real.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you can't name your child Robocop.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like we could probably be relaxed on that one.
I feel like name your child Hitler is what should be illegal.
It's also illegal to name your child Hitler. But
what else is illegal naming your children wise?
The only two I know is Robocop and Hitler. But I think that it's very weird that those are the two that I know.
Illegal.
Not Hitler. Robocop might be for a weird rights reason. Like you could get sued if you name your child Robocop.
Interesting. In the U.S.,
I think you can. I also can't
so
name
these
your kid Darth
King,
Vader.
Queen, Jesus Christ.
You can't name your kid King.
No, the Roman numeral for 3.
I.
Yep. Santa Claus, Majesty. I can't say that one.
Can I see?
Can't say that one. The one after.
You cannot. It's just the N word.
It's mystery, and then the N word after it.
Why is it mystery?
Then Adolf Hitler, Messiah, the symbol.
Okay.
1069.
You can't name your kid 1069.
I don't understand the 1069 one though.
Is Robocop on there? Robocop is real.
This is for around the world. Only in Mexico.
You can't name your child Robocop in Mexico. Yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, these are all okay. This is for per country. Ready?
Okay.
Chief Maximus, New Zealand. Okay. Sex fruit, New Zealand.
Sex fruit?
Dude, you ready for this one?
Yes.
In Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Linda. Okay.
It does not say Linda.
Swear to God, dude, Linda, right there.
So funny.
Snake in Malaysia.
Weird.
Friday in Italy.
Okay.
Islam in China. That's gotta be
some leftover tension.
Sarah in Morocco.
Okay, fuck Sarah's.
Osama bin Laden in Germany.
That makes sense. That one we should probably round up to the whole world.
This one's weird in Sweden. Metallica.
Can't you name your kid Metallica? I'd love to be called Metallica.
Prince William.
Imagine if your fucking name's Metallica Jones. You're gonna fucking fuck up some
dude?
detective show.
Prince William in France.
I think they just don't like the
Devil
English.
in Japan.
Okay, that makes sense.
Blue in Italy.
Blue?
Yep. Circumcision in Mexico.
I like Mexico's. I like that Mexico is a Robocop and circumcision.
Okay, this one I swear to God, this is an actual one you can't name. I'm not about to make this one up.
Okay,
you ready?
yeah.
This one is in Sweden.
Sweden.
It's all one word.
Okay.
All caps. You ready?
It looks long.
BRFXXCCXXMNPCCCLLMNPRXVCLMNCKSSQLBB11116.
That copyright's not going to activate for a while.
What the fuck does that mean?
I think it's like a barcode. So if you scan your child's they have a price.
Dude, this one's. You ready for this one?
Yes.
Tallulah does the hula from Hawaii in New Zealand.
New Zealand, what? Why would you?
Harriet! In Iceland, you can't name someone Harriet.
Let's go back to the Tallulah hula one. Someone had to do that in New Zealand. Did you find a bad one? Is it really?
It's anal in New Zealand?
What happened in New Zealand?
I don't know.
What did you guys have to go through? These names? Because someone had to try with all of these.
Tom in Portugal.
What's up with the normal names?
Camilla's can never go to Iceland, I guess, because you can't.
Can you not go? Or you get arrested if you have that name?
I don't know if you get arrested, but
you get. Oh yeah, you get shot on sight. They're like, oh, what? Can I see your passport? It says Camilla. Bang! Like that's the immediate. Or Tom or anal.
Jersman Mbappe in France. But what's interesting though, there's a French for the French FIFA team, PSGL. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. Okay. Last name is Mbappe, spelt the same way.
Well, maybe you can have the last name. You just can't have the full name.
That's interesting. 007 in Malaysia. That's dumb. That's weird.
You should be able.
Nutella in France.
Okay, I have to say, France feels like a place where you could name your child Nutella.
Yeah.
Like of all the things, you should legalize that one, France. Legalize 2 things.
That was so funny.
Re-legalize beheading and naming people Nutella.
Linda, that's so funny.
Linda was very funny after getting hit with Robocop.
Okay, I think this is the history behind the BRFXXXC, that one from earlier.
Are you interested in that?
Kind of.
Okay.
They submitted this baby name in 1991 to protest a fine they received for failing to register a baby by a name for the child's 5th birthday.
Wait, name your child. If your kid's 5.
First of all, the kid had no name for 5 years.
That's
so it was just
yeah.
kid. But apparently, it was supposed to be pronounced as Albin.
As what?
Albin.
Albin. So they had to do a fine because the kid didn't have a name.
Mm-hmm. Can't name a kid IKEA in Sweden.
That makes sense. That one makes sense. Okay, there's some fault on the government for being like, hey, fuck you. But also, those parents should have named their child since they were 5.
Yeah.
That's too old to not have a name. Oh, this one's long and looks bad.
You can't name your kid Scrotum in Mexico.
What happened?
God damn it, man.
What happened?
What happened in Mexico? Linda, I don't understand. What happened? What was once the most popular name in the United States is forbidden in Saudi Arabia. In that country, certain names are banned because they were not in the line with the social traditions. The Tom one of those rules that you can't use a nickname or alternate spelling. So if you want to call your kid Tom, you have to name him Tomas. You can't just be named Tom. I guess Tom is just a nickname for them instantly.
Okay.
So you can't name kids nicknames, I guess, which is weird.
That's a weird rule. Who cares?
That's weird.
Being like, don't name your kid Ass Crack. That's a reasonable thing. But being like, don't do nicknames. That's weird. That's a weird stipulation to have.
I don't know what to think anymore. I kept getting an advertisement throughout that whole website I was on. That every time I passed one, it said, "Am I gay? Am I gay? Am I gay? Am I gay?" I'm like,
what?
I don't know. Am I? Like, fuck,
you seem
dude.
to know.
Like, relax. Jeez.
One time I tried to watch a movie on a website where you weren't supposed to be.
Pornhub.
No. I was trying to watch.
Torrent website?
Yeah. Because I couldn't find this movie to rent anywhere, and it was supposed to be on YouTube, but I couldn't find it on YouTube. So then I was like, all right, let me just look it up. And I looked it up, and I had it pulled up. And the first thing I saw on this page was a guy getting something jammed in his penis, and I was like, I'm off the website. I'm off the website. I'm done. I'll watch this another day.
Have you seen those videos before?
No.
I remember they're called something.
Sounding.
Like, what?
It's called sounding.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they're called like some challenge or whatever. I saw a guy put a jar up his ass and it broke. That was like middle school, dude.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Never seen 2 Girls, 1 Cup.
I haven't either.
I don't want to.
I've heard the legends.
I've heard the legends.
Never
Never want to
watch it. The one that
I
I have seen, I think, is called Lemon Party, and it's just an old man spinning his dick around like a helicopter to the theme of "You Spin Me Right Round," and it's very funny.
I've seen a guy smash his penis with a hammer.
Why?
You're right.
My dad.
To be fair, I didn't choose to watch these. I was with people, and they're like, "We're watching this right now." I'm like, "Okay."
My dad, I don't know what the fuck was happening, but I was young. I was like 10, 12. He told me about this video that his friend sent him where a man put 2 rubber bands on his penis to cut off the circulation and then cut it off.
Yep, I've seen that.
Why?
People are fucked up, man. And there it goes. Told you.
Well, that's okay. We'll just end the episode. We're almost at the end.
Okay.
Well, thank you all so much for watching. Pretty much, if you name your kid Robocop, expect me and Joaquin to be at your door, fucking ready to beat you up. Come in there and change that kid's name. We're going to beat up the kid, too.
Beat him up.
We're going to beat up the kid.
Mm-hmm. Not actually, though. But maybe.
If you name him Robocop, you're fucking dead.